What up, YouTube? Rich the Return Rider coming here from Lake City, Florida. For all you folks that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you folks that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all that subscribe to the channel, guys, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, guys, hit that subscribe button so we can continue to bring you some of this content. So today, guys, we are coming to you from doing some grocery shopping here. And we are bringing you along here as we grab a couple of items here and get out for some throttle therapy. We have been faced for the last couple of days with some pretty cold temperatures here in Florida. Yesterday morning, I think we were down to something as low as in the 20s. But you know, as I bragged to my brother-in-law over the Thanksgiving holiday here, the great thing about Florida, man, is you can face freezing temperatures in the morning and then you can be out doing whatever you need to do by midday. The time is now 2:22. This is December 5th. By the time I edit this video, it might be the 6th or the 7th. And started out this morning with temperatures in the 40s, or I think about 40. And we are currently looking at 72 degrees. Only in Florida, folks. So yeah. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about here, as you get out on these colder mornings here, just a little remembrance or a little warning. Make sure your tire temps are up to par. You know, as I said in one of my videos before on the Honda Goldwing, the TP tire pressure monitoring system doesn't quite get going until you start riding the motorcycle at I think a certain speed before it starts to register. Let's make sure I contact here with this guy as we are going to take the back roads here as we get the 2019 Honda Goldwing Ruby up here to some operating temperatures. But for some throttle therapy, and as I was saying, the one thing that you might want to do is make sure that your tire pressures is adequate. Now, mine is currently saying that the rear tire is 39 degrees, 39 psi, sorry. The front is at 36 to 37. And that is adequate for us to get going here. But in saying that, one of the things that I am going to mention here is the Fobo app and tire pressure monitoring system that I use. You can Bluetooth this unit to your phone, and as soon as you get within a certain distance of your motorcycle, you will be getting a reading even before you start to ride. Now, I was told Harley-Davidson actually have the pressure monitoring system that is actually activated as soon as you turn the bike on. I think Honda has failed to give us such a efficient system. But yeah, you know, the thing that separates us from that pavement is those two important things that we are on, and it is called the tires. So let's make sure that the tires are in good condition. We're going to encounter a little bit of traffic here just for a little while, guys, as we cross over the 75 here from 90 in Lake City. As you can see from the title there, how cold is too cold to ride? Now, guys, I continue to move the goalposts. When I started riding about 4 years ago, getting back into riding, and I was on the Suzuki Boulevard M109R, the first cool day I was out under 60 degrees was a little chilly, as I wasn't appropriately dressed for cooler temperatures. And you know, no shame in my game, guys. I love warm weather riding. But as I got out in the Suzuki and I left home and the temperatures was in the 60s, By the time I got back home and the temperature was dropping into the 40s, again tonight it's going to be back into the 40s here, I decided that I wouldn't be taking no trips back then if the temperature is below 60. I know, folks, you guys up north are saying, what a wimp. And there's no, but, okay, let's make sure. But as we have moved on to the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing, the 2019 here Ruby, I don't know what those temperatures are now that I would refuse to ride in. Like I said, it was 20-something degrees when I got off of work yesterday. By the time I took a nap and I woke up and around 4 o'clock or so, it was almost 60 degrees. I jumped in the car, I ran some similar errands like I'm doing now and realized, man, I could have been on the bike. So I made my mind up today without looking at the weather that regardless of how cold it was going to be, that I was going to get out for some throttle therapy, guys. How cold is it? It's too cold for you guys to ride. Now on the Honda Goldwing here, as I always brag about it being a multi-purpose motorcycle, and the wife and I often joke about it. Hey, you know, when it's raining and so forth like that, you say, hey, you on the Goldwing, what are you worried about? Heated seats, heated grips, pretty bulky motorcycle. Now, of course, folks with the Generation 5 is going to clearly explain to you it just don't offer, the Generation 6 just don't offer you the same protection as the Generation 5. We know that there's some vents that you can put on this motorcycle that kind of block some of the wind. But here in Florida, because that change in temperature, I just don't feel it necessary. I turn the heated seats up. I let the bike warm up for a while. I turn the heated grips on before I leave home. And by the time I get on the road and I start the road, man, you can feel the comfort of the Honda Goldwing. I always say, guys, let's get from next to this car here. Don't mean you want to be in the blind spots. I always say when it comes to motorcycle riding, don't ever say never. Will I be willing to ride if the temperatures are in the 30s or in the 40s? Now, I don't commute on this motorcycle. It is strictly a hobby for me. I know someone said to me one time, riding a motorcycle is a lifestyle. Man, listen. To each his own. But I gotta admit, just to get out and ride, what has become a passion and an addiction, wanting to be on the motorcycle on my days off, has now made me think, hey, maybe even if it was in the low 40s, I might still be willing to throw my built jacket on there, my balaclava. You guys are often going to see me with wearing some kind of a little cap on my head. My head is bald and I'm always cold. So that's not sort of a style or anything. That's just to make sure that the head stays warm. Even in the summer months, that breeze seemed to be a little bit cool for my head, even on the hottest days. As I brag to my brother-in-law how regardless of how cold Florida gets, man, it is going to be riding weather by a certain time of the day. What do you guys say? How cold is it? How cold is too cold for you to get out and ride? And I don't care what motorcycle you're on. I mean, you're answering that question. But anyway, folks, here, man, just riding the back roads here, Lake City, as I get out and run some errand, and I'm out here for some throttle therapy. Bringing you guys along. Guys, we're going to wrap this video up here. You know what I'm always going to say, folks? I don't care what you ride. Add some protection to the motorcycle. Get in the parking lot. Practice your emergency braking. The experts claim emergency braking and swerving is that one tool we need to have in our toolbox to help keep us safe out there in the streets. Do the advanced safety classes, the cone courses. At the end of the day, it's better that you drop your bike on the cone course or on the parking lot than to crash them out there in the streets. Rich, out on Ruby, the 2019 Honda Goldwing. Thanks for watching, and I am out.